Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth, looking at a beautiful day. 82, sunshine, big Wednesday night, Dublin Deck, Hump Day Hoedown. The music at 6 with Urban Rodeo. Then at 7, we've got the Ticket Blitz. Every 10 minutes, pair of tickets to be given away, including the first tickets for the Luke Combs back-to-back nights at MetLife for next July that were just announced.
Wow.
Yeah, and others. We'll have plenty of great tickets tonight. The food, the drink, come hungry, big dance floor right on the water. How was your evening, Cande?
Well, how was my day is a better question. I have a story to tell.
Ooh, bring it. Use your big girl voice. Let's
Oh,
go.
my.
What got?
All right. Now, my girlfriend, Ellen, my best friend, who I've known since I'm 8 years old, has had a lot of dental issues and problems and whatnot. And she had a CAT scan of her entire mouth. And the dentist was very disturbed. He wanted her to come in for an emergency biopsy of her jaw yesterday in the city. And she was freaked out. And I went with her. So,
Now,
dentist,
can I stop for 1 second? Just a quick
yes,
question.
yes.
Did Ellen approve this being told on the radio?
She said don't go into too much detail, but she's sleeping now. It's okay.
Okay.
So the dentist is on the Upper East Side. Okay. So we park the car. We're a little early. We go to get a little bite to eat. We get to the dentist.
Can I just say
whatever.
one more thing? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I love to interject. I apologize.
All right.
Boy,
this
that's
could take all morning if you keep slowing me down.
That's a long way to go for a dentist to the Upper East
Well,
Side.
he's very good, and this is a very special, it's a serious thing. I
Okay,
would
I
go
am
to
sorry.
if I had this sort of situation because
Sorry.
he's one of the best.
All right, go ahead.
So anyway, we walk to the dentist office off Madison, right? And there's a whole crowd of people, and ABC TV is there, and Fox, and New York One, and a lot. They have a bank of microphones set up. We're like, what's going on here? They're waiting for Rudy Giuliani to come out of his house, his apartment, which apparently is practically next door to the dentist, okay?
Uh-huh.
So Ellen, I go in with her. They take her in. I said, well, I'm going to go out and, see what's going on. So I go out, and they're all waiting, and people are setting up, and, there's a little crowd. P.S. He never came out, but a spokesperson did. Made a whole big statement. Another supporter of his came out, made a whole big statement. People supporting him had signs and whatever. Anyway, it was a whole wad-do. Never showed up. Rudy, that is, never came out. And they had been there all day waiting. Finally, they packed up. But while this is going on, I'm going in and out to see how she's doing. So I go in, and I literally hear her, like, crying out in pain, okay? And ow, and oh, and that hurts. And I said, I can't sit here and listen to this. I got to go back outside. So I'm talking to the cameraman. I call Evan. I tell him what's going on, the whole thing. Anyway, it was very interesting. I'm sure a lot of what they got as far as feed goes yesterday is going to be on the news today on the major networks because they were all there. So that was my little foray. I'm just walking innocently down the street, and here they are waiting for Rudy Giuliani. So I thought that was fabulous, and I enjoyed myself immensely.
All right, so let me get this straight. And by the way, before I say this, because you're not going to like me for this, okay? Before I say this...
Are you sure you want to say this?
Yes, because I'm not necessarily calling you out, but I have to say this because I know what's on the mind of the listener. So let me pretend I'm one of them, all right?
Yep.
I appreciate, here's the good, I appreciate you coming to the table with a story. The visual was great. Cande treks into New York City with a friend. She's got a real bad dental issue. She wants the support of her friend. You go into the city. But here's where I lose you a little bit. There's a press conference set up where nothing actually happened. And in addition, you walk into the dental office. You can't take the screaming. So as the good friend you are, you walk right out. And you also, I'm not done. You didn't, like, we don't even know what's wrong with your friend. We don't even know what's
Well,
going on.
I'll give you little details. I mean, it's not good. She has terrible deterioration in her jaw. They thought it could possibly be cancer.
Uh-huh.
Um, so that's why she had to run in and have this biopsy done. And they had to do a lot of work, and it was a whole lot do. And she'll get the results. I'm praying and hoping and really feeling she'll be okay. It won't be the worst scenario, God willing.
Yes.
So it's very serious. She was very upset, and
Well,
it was a long procedure. She got in around 4, and we didn't even get out of there till like, oh, I'm going to say 6:30. So it
I,
took a long time.
I am hoping she is okay.
I'm praying she is okay. We'll have the results in less than a week. This
Yep.
weekend, she has to take her daughter to the University of Delaware for college. And, I'm there for her. She's a single mom and, my best friend. And I wasn't going to let her, go and be upset and not have anybody there with her. That
Right.
being said, when someone is yelling out in pain in a dental office, there's one of two things. It's like fight or flee. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fight or
Like I
flight.
e-
Hold on,
right.
hold
I
on.
either
Here.
wanted to run into the office and say, "What are you doing to her?" which
Hmm.
obviously would not be good, or I had to run. I had to flee.
Yeah, note to self, don't have Candy be there to hold your hand for anything. I'm gonna go outside. I'd rather see if Rudy Giuliani walks out of his
I want to
apartment.
see what's going on. A lot of cameramen out here, a lot of people, the reporters you see on TV, they were all there. And I'm like, at least this is entertaining. Take my mind off what's going on. So, yeah. And what's great about New York, and the reason I love New York City, it's like no other place on the planet. People are walking down the street, they're walking their dogs, they're doing this, they're doing that. They don't care.
No.
They don't care what's going on. So I love New York for that reason. And then, of course, you always have the people with the signs and the screaming and the whole what do. So, yeah, it was like a sideshow.
Oh, that's a big story for you. You used the word wadu 3 times, so that's big story.
I thought you would find this more interesting.
By the way, the storytelling, the visual. I was on the Upper East Side. I was there, baby. Like you set the scene. It was great. I could envision it. The storytelling is not what I have the issue with. There was no payoff for me.
There was no payoff. And believe me, the cameramen, the reporters, they were all very tired. They had been waiting all day.
Like here's what I expect. I expected you to like confront Rudy Giuliani, and then
Oh, please.
his security team pushes you out of the way. And
We texted Kim when we saw it all because, she's a big wadu, a big person up at ABC News. And she's like, don't do anything to embarrass me, which was hysterical.
That's where I was going. That's what
Yeah,
I envisioned.
I wouldn't have done anything. I may have given looks here and there, but no, I'm not getting involved in the mayhem, and I don't want to be killed. Thank you.
Listen, it's just a big story that you got out and went to New York City.
That is big in it of itself. So this happening right next door to the dentist was pretty interesting, I have to tell you.
Did you drive in or take a train? What'd you do?
We drove in. There was no traffic. We drove home. There was no traffic. So we were very lucky about that.
All right. Good.
Yeah. So she went through a lot. She's got to go back in a week, and we'll all pray for positive results. So
All right. We'll have
that
somebody
was
else. Somebody else will go and hold her hand in a week. All right. Not you. You can't be there with
Oh,
her.
stop it.
Need-
What would you have done if you hear screaming in the other room?
Just be thankful it's not me and sit tight right there. See, you're looking at this the wrong way. It's not the screaming and the pain. You have to just thank whoever you pray to that that is not you in that chair at that moment. That's all.
That wasn't even a thought in my head. Boy, it's weird how people think.
Yeah.
I'm thinking either I have to go in there and stop it, or I got to run, because I
Stop
can't
it.
sit here and listen to it.
All right. Well, I appreciate the storytelling. It was good. It was a good way to start the morning. Absolutely. And I was there on the Upper East Side.
Sorry, my story wasn't more exciting for you.
It was
Well, what a
exciting.
beautiful day it was in the city. Weather was gorgeous.
Yes, and don't get me wrong. The story was exciting right up until the point where there was zero payoff at the end of the story.
I felt the same way. And the cameramen, they all know each other from all the different networks, because I'm sure a lot of them have been doing this for many years. And they're all, saying, hey, nice to waste an entire day with you. Good to see you. Like when they were saying their goodbyes, because, they were there all day.
We have truly become Seinfeld because we are a show about nothing. We just spent
About
10
nothing.
minutes.
But you know what? Nothing is very interesting
Yes.
in my world.
That's right. Cande 7:30 special song 8:12 for your next Bald and the Beautiful entertainment. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood. Got a couple interesting stories for you coming up that I think you'll find intriguing today. Also, a big ticket blitz tonight. Dublin Deck. We got the Hump Day Hoedown. We'll be there. 6 o'clock Urban Rodeo. 7 o'clock the tickets. Great weather, great food and drink. And we're going to have a fantastic time tonight, courtesy of Miller Beer. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.